If you live in parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan today, you can see significant damaging winds and enhanced risk. So let's talk about the excessive heat today too. Awesome. All right, everyone. So this is our severe weather risk for today. We got enhanced risk in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, then a slight risk in Michigan, New York. We can see a marginal risk in Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota. Then a slight risk in Kansas, Oklahoma. Then we got a marginal risk in Colorado, Texas. We can see on here. And Pennsylvania and some of the New England states and Maine. We can see also. In Montana, we got a margin risk we can see. In Louisiana, we got a margin risk too. In Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina. Then we got a huge typical thunderstorm risk in Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Kansas. We see North Dakota, Minnesota. We can see Washington, Little Washington, Oregon, Nevada. We see also on here too, guys. So let's move on to our tornado risk for today one. So let me just pull it up real quick. All right, so there's our tornado risk today. We had a 5% tornado risk in Minnesota, Wisconsin, but we got a significant one in Wisconsin, potential for EF2 plus tornadoes possible in Wisconsin today. Then we got 2% tornado risk in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Iowa. We can see also. Then let's look up our, hold on. Let's get our wind risk for today. Also, this is what our wind risk looks like, everyone, for today. We got a 30% wind risk for Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan. We can see with a significant one. So this means potential for significant damaging winds today in that area. Then we can see a 15% wind risk in Kansas with significant one, potential for damaging winds there. We can see then 15% wind risk in New York, some in New England states, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Then we got a 5% wind risk in Louisiana, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina. Then 5% wind risk for Montana, Idaho, Nevada. You can see in Utah for significant one. You can see also on here too, guys. Then also let's move on to our hail risk for today, everyone. Let me just pull it up. There's our hail risk for today, everyone. So we got a significant one hail risk in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa. We can see then 15% hail risk for Kansas, Oklahoma, then a 5% hail risk for New York and some of the New England states. We can see in a 5% hail risk for Nebraska, Minnesota, Michigan. We can see in Kansas and Colorado and Texas. We can see also on here. All right, everyone. So then we got our day 2 severe weather risk for July 2nd. We can see we got slight risk in North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Nebraska, then a margin risk in Nebraska, Michigan. We can see a margin risk in Maine, some New York, some New England states, then a margin risk in Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Montana, Wyoming, Kansas. We can see typical thunderstorm risk in Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Wyoming too also. Then a typical thunderstorm risk in Nevada. We can see also in Indiana, Ohio, Arkansas, Louisiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina. We can see also on here. So let's move on to our tornado risk for tomorrow, everyone. So, all right. So I'm just trying to find it. Okay, there's our tornado risk for tomorrow, everyone. We can see we got a 5% tornado risk we have in Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa. Then we got 2% tornado risk in Montana, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin. We can see on here for tomorrow, everyone. We can see also. So let's look at our, of course, our wind risk for tomorrow, everyone. So let me just pull it up real quick. Is it gonna okay. All right, so there it is. There's our wind risk for tomorrow, everyone. So we got a 15% wind risk for tomorrow, significant one in Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, North Dakota. We can see. Then a 15% wind risk for Wisconsin, Illinois. We can see on here for significant one, potential for damaging winds. We can see. Then 5% wind risk for Montana. We can see Nebraska, Kansas, Illinois, Michigan, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, New York, and Maine, and some of the New England states. We can see also for tomorrow, everyone. So let's look at, of course, our hail risk for tomorrow. This is what our hail risk looks like. We got a 15% hail risk, significant one in North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota. Then we got a 5% hail risk in Minnesota, Wisconsin. We can see Nebraska, New York's, Maine also, some of the New England states too also. Let's look at our day of severe weather risk now. All right, everyone, so we got our day of severe weather risk for Friday. We got slight risk South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa. We can see Minnesota, margin risk in Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. We can see Montana, Wyoming. Then typical thunderstorm risk for Kansas. We can see Georgia, Virginia, Arkansas, Louisiana. We can see Texas, New Mexico, a little of Oklahoma. We can see in some of the New England states too. So let's move on to our probability list outlook. Alright, everyone, so this is for Friday. We can see we got a 15% chance for severe risk in South Dakota, Nebraska, Minnesota, Iowa looks like a little of. Then we can see 5% for Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, West Virginia, Kentucky, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan Peninsula, Montana, Wyoming. We see Missouri too, also Virginia and West Virginia and Virginia. So let's move on to our radar projections. Alright, this is our radar projections for today. This is 6 p.m. We can see storms start firing up in Nebraska. Remember, if it's 7 p.m., it's 6 p.m. if it's Central Time. So we can see storms at Minnesota starting to form. We can see also Wisconsin, a little of Iowa. Iowa looks like maybe New Mexico too. Some storms in Louisiana and down here in Alabama. We can see also today around 6. Then 7 p.m. we got a storm in Iowa, Wisconsin. We can see storms in Kansas, Colorado. We can see Texas on here. In Wisconsin too. Then maybe some storms in Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, maybe too, and maybe some scattered rain in Texas. You can see also everyone. Then 8 p.m. everyone. We can see storms in Iowa. We can see also on here. And some storms in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Kansas. We can see also on here. Looks like Mississippi too. Also Louisiana, New Mexico, Texas. We can see around 8 p.m. today, everyone. So then we got 9 p.m. everyone today. We had storms in Iowa, Minnesota, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana on here. We can see also everyone too today. So then we can see some scattered rain in Colorado, some storms in New Mexico. So maybe storms even in Montana, potentially in Minnesota. We see also on here too. Then 10 p.m. comes along. We can see also we got storms in Wisconsin, Iowa. We can see also Minnesota, Kansas around 10, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas. We can see also. Then let's move on to 11 p.m. Then 11 p.m. we can have storms in Iowa, Wisconsin. We can see Kansas, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana. We can see also some scattered rain in Montana, Wyoming. We can see around 11 p.m. today. Then it looks like then maybe overnight we can have some storms maybe in Iowa. We can see around 2 in the morning, maybe some heavy rain downpours. We can see also on here too, and some storms in Colorado, Nebraska, some rain in Texas, Kansas. We can see also. So let's move. So let's look at later. So yeah, it looks like the scattered rain at that point by 4 a.m. We can see. So let's look at our storm cap numbers now, everyone. All right, everyone. So this is what our storm caps look like around noon today, 11 a.m. We can see very 1,000 storm cap in Iowa, very 500 in Illinois, very 100 in Missouri, Indiana. We got about 4,000 storm cap. We see also Michigan, about 4,300 storm cap. A lot of storm cap in Michigan. We see 3,800. Wisconsin, about 3,000 in some spots. Kansas, 2,300. Missouri, about 3,000. Arkansas, 2,900. Louisiana, 3,200. Mississippi, about 4,000 in some spots. Georgia, 4,000. We see Wisconsin, about 3,300, 3,600. You can see also on here today too, guys. Then also we got around noon today. We can see 30,000 in Iowa, 3,300 in Illinois, 3,000 in Indiana, 3,100 in Kansas, 2,900 in Arkansas, 3,300 in Texas. We can see also on here. Let's move on to 2 p.m. We can see we got 3,600, 3,800 in Wisconsin, Michigan, about 4,500 storm cap today. This a lot of instability in there. 3,300 in Indiana, 3,200 in Illinois, 3,300 in Missouri. We can see 2,600 in Arkansas, 2,200 in Kansas, 3,000 in Nebraska, Minnesota 2,000 storm cap, South Dakota 1,800, 1,900, Minnesota 2,200. You can see also on here. Then we got around 5 p.m. today with 4,300 storm cap in Iowa, 4,100, 4,000 in parts of Wisconsin. We can see Illinois 3,500. Indiana 3,700, Kentucky 4,400, Tennessee 4,100, Arkansas 2,300, Missouri 2,900, Kansas 2,700. We can see Nebraska about 3,100, South Dakota about 1,900. We can see also on here. Then we can see even the evening hours around 7. We saw a lot of storm cap like 4,100, 4,200 in Indiana. We can see 4,300, 4,500 in Kentucky. We can see Kansas 3,200. 2,900 in Kansas, 3,600 in Missouri, and 3,000 in Arkansas. We can see also everybody on here too for 7 p.m. Then we got later, we can see in the evening, pretty much it's went down a lot, 2,700, but still high. A lot of instability even there at night still. 3,000 in some places, even 4,000 still at 10, 11 p.m. tonight. We can see also everyone. So in a second here, we're going to talk about our hot temperatures across the eastern United States today. So let's talk about. All right, everyone. So we got Wednesday at noon. We can see we're already in the 90s in New Jersey, 90s in Maryland, 90s in Virginia, North Carolina. We're in the 90s too. South Carolina, we're in the 90s too. Tennessee, we're in the 90s. Mississippi, we're in the 90s. Ohio, we're already in the 90s in some spots. Michigan, we're in the 90s already at noon. Really hot for early in the day. Then we could see 3 p.m. already. We're in the mid 90s in Ohio, even 100 in parts of Ohio potentially today. I think we could get up to there. Then we can see in Pennsylvania, we could have on near 100 in some spots too. New Jersey, Tennessee, we could even probably get up to near 100 in some spots too. Even parts of North Carolina too, Virginia, New Jersey, New York in the 90s too, Massachusetts in the 90s, Georgia in the 90s at Avery today, Michigan even near 100. I think we could get up to too. Also, then we can see 5 p.m. today. We're at 101 in Virginia, 100 in Maryland, 100 in Pennsylvania, 100 in New Jersey. We can see North Carolina, we're 100, South Carolina, we're at 100, Georgia, we're near 100 in South Carolina too, North Carolina, Virginia, we're probably going to be over 100, Ohio potentially 100, New Jersey in the 90s, Massachusetts in the 90s too. Then we can see our evening hours. We don't have much cool down at Thursday 1 a.m. We're still in the 80s in all parts of Ohio, New Jersey, Missouri. We can see we're in the 80s. North Carolina, we're in the 80s too in some spots. We can see also. And let's look at our Philly temperatures for today, everyone. So this is what our Philly temperatures look like at 5 p.m. today. We have 104, feel like in New Jersey, 105 parts of Ohio. We can feel over 100. Michigan, we can feel over 100 too. Kentucky, we can feel over 100. Tennessee, Louisiana, we could even feel over 100 too. Arkansas, over 100 too. Just a lot of high Philly temperatures today. Massachusetts, we even feel 100 in New York in some places too also, guys. So let's of course look at Thursday's temperatures. So this is what Thursday morning looks like. We're in the 80s in Ohio, 80s in Maryland, even near 90 maybe at 9 a.m. Then noon on Thursday, you can see we're near 101 in New Jersey, 100 in Maryland, 90s in Pennsylvania, 90s in New York, 90s and even in Massachusetts, some of the New England states, 90s in Ohio, 90s in North Carolina, 90s in South Carolina, 90s in Tennessee. We could even see 90s in Ohio, 90s in Michigan, 80s in Illinois, 80s in Indiana, 90s in Kentucky, 80s in Missouri, 90s in South Carolina, 90s in Georgia, 90s even in maybe Florida. We see also at noon, 95 in New York. Then we can see 3 p.m. comes along. We have 107 in New Jersey. Tomorrow, 103. We can see 103 in Virginia, North Carolina. We're in the 90s, even 100 potentially. Ohio, we're near 100 again. For Thursday, we could probably see 2. Also, New York, we're 100. Then let's look at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Everyone, we're 104, 105 in New Jersey. We can see Pennsylvania, Maryland, 100 even in Ohio. Potentially, we can see West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina. We can see New York. We can see near 100 at 5 p.m. 100 in some of the New England states. We can see also for Thursday to everyone. And also we can see this is what Friday morning looks like at midnight, overnight, 80s in Ohio, 80s in parts of the New England states. We can see also New Jersey, we're near 90 at midnight. We can see North Carolina, we're in the 80s. We can see also for Friday at midnight. Then let's skip to noon, everyone, on Friday. On Friday at noon, we're at 100 in New Jersey, 100 in Maryland, 101 in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. We can see on here too. So you know what? Let's look at our Philly temperatures actually for Thursday real quick. I forgot to show you guys that. I'm sorry. So let's go back to Thursday. Our Philly temperatures on Thursday could be 107. We can see 106 in Virginia, South Carolina 102. We feel like Arkansas, Tennessee could feel like 101 to even Ohio. So let's go to our temperatures for Friday now. So Friday at 1 p.m. it could be 105 in New Jersey, Virginia 101, North Carolina, Georgia in the 90s, Tennessee in the 90s, Ohio in the 90s. We can see then we can see Friday at 5 p.m. everyone. We're at 106 in New Jersey, 104 Pennsylvania, 104 in Virginia, 103 in North Carolina. We can see also on here 102 in South Carolina, 90s in Ohio. We can see 90s in Missouri, 90s in Kentucky. We can see also on here 2 guys, 90s in the New England states. We can see also 2 on here, guys. So yeah. All right, so let's try to look at our 4th of July temperatures real quick. So this is what 4th of July at noon could look like in Virginia. We can see New Jersey 100, North Carolina 101. See South Carolina, we're in the 90s. Georgia, we're in the 90s. Some of the New England states, we're gonna be in the 90s too. Also on here, 2 guys we can see. Then we can see. Let's look at that our Then we can see at 4 p.m. our temperatures in New Jersey are 104, Maryland 101, North Carolina 105, 106 in Virginia, South Carolina 190s in Ohio. You can see also on the 4th of July, we can see also two on here, 90s, maybe some of the New England states. So let's look at our Philly temperatures. So our Philly temperatures could be at 4 p.m. on Saturday. We can see 106. We're feeling like in North Carolina, 108 in Virginia, 105. We're feeling like in Virginia, New Jersey, 104. We're feeling like Ohio. We're feeling like in the 90s. Illinois, 100 maybe in Georgia, and South Carolina. We can see. So so I'm gonna wrap up the video here. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you learned something new in this video. Make sure to subscribe to the notification bell. Never miss a video like this, guys. Okay, guys. I see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.